Well, hello, everybody. My name is Renee Fulton, and I'm with Talis Group. And we know it's an unusual time right now with a pandemic and all the things going on. I thought maybe we could speak with an experienced recruiter and ask just a couple of questions that I know many of you have. Talis Group, first of all, is a recruiting company, and we work for our clients, meaning they pay us to find excellent talent such as yourself. So when we get your resume, we review it in detail. And if you look to fit our jobs, we'll talk to you then and have an interview. So Susan Woods has been with Talis Group for 120 years. She has a lot of experience recruiting for really tough to fill jobs. So I thought she would be the right one to talk to you about 4 general questions that most people are having right now. So Susan, if I'm looking for a job, are there any jobs out there right now while everything is happening with COVID?
Well, first of all, I know I look pretty good for 120, right? But yes, there are jobs. We have jobs with essential businesses that never shut down during COVID that are still looking for a great talent. We have jobs for companies that are opening back up and phasing in, and maybe they had positions that were on hold, that went on hold during COVID. So yes, we have quite a few jobs open right now, and I think there's some excellent opportunities if you're looking for a job.
So along that vein, say I'm looking for a job, well, what would make me stand out from all the hundreds of resumes that you're getting?
Most important thing is really to have a clear and concise view of what you're looking for on your resume. Have good job titles, good detail under each title, make it easy to see the companies, the difference in the companies. You don't want to look like a job hopper. And at the end, if you've lost your job due to COVID, make sure you list that by the dates. So good, clear, concise titles and good detail is the most important. Talis Group recruiters are experts at making candidates look good, on their best presentation, I would say, to the employers. So if you're working with a Talis Group recruiter, you won't have to worry too much about making your resume stand out.
Your answer led me to a third question. People ask sometimes if they're on an indefinite layoff or indefinite furlough, what should they do about their dates? Should they list their dates from 2012 to present, or should they put an end date as of the date of their layoff if they're just unsure?
That's a good question. If they're furloughed, they might want to say to present, but beside the dates, they could put in parentheses furloughed. One reason is you're still actively on with the company, so you could say to present, but you also want the recruiters to know that you are available immediately. So I think both of those things would help fix that. Just put furlough there by the date. If you're not furloughed, if you were laid off, then put the end date of your layoff, and then in parentheses before the date, put mass layoff due to COVID or whatever the situation was. A little explanation there will help.
That's good advice, because I know HR recruiters have very little time if they're looking through a lot of resumes, and you can answer a question that they're likely going to have by using parentheses and putting in good information. I know that helps a lot. Then my last and fourth question before we end this is, are people having in-person interviews? And what if I'm uncomfortable with that? What about safety and such?
Good question. Most of our clients are doing phone interviews or video conferences through Zoom. So if you do interview and you're going to get a Zoom conference, make sure that you, or any kind of video conference, make sure that you have practiced that beforehand so that you feel comfortable being on Zoom or on any of the other ones. But then once you get to maybe the third round or the last round, they're likely going to bring you in for a face-to-face. So just ask questions ahead of time. Are there things that you can do to help me be safe? What we tell our candidates is to make sure they practice social distancing and don't handshake. We tell the clients ahead of time that we've told the candidates if they've had a fever that we'll just reschedule. Bring your mask just in case that you feel like you need to wear it, because you can't always control whether the person that you're interviewing with will wear a mask, but you can control whether you wear one. So bring one for yourself. But I think you can expect to have a face-to-face, at least in the last round, when you get to meet maybe the plant manager or your hiring manager and the team.
That's really good advice. I think when in doubt, ask. Now is a good time to over-communicate, because people have different levels of fear in this, and so want different kind of safety protocols. So that concludes the 4 questions we were going to ask, and hopefully we'll do this again with some more questions that we're getting from several people, so that by checking our website and checking our YouTube channel, you'll hopefully be in the know of how to look for a job during COVID. Thanks a lot, Susan.
All right, thank you, and Talis Group out.